Jesse Livermore was born in 1877 in USA. His father was a farmer, his mother was a homemaker. Jesse was a gifted child, born with extraordinary IQ. Though his father never paid any attention to him, his mother realized from the very beginning that Jesse was a gifted child because he was able to read and write even at the age of 3 and a half. He even started reading financial newspapers at the age of 5. In school, he proved to have a keen mind for mathematics. He was very good with numbers, particularly with mental arithmetics. He even completed 3 years worth of arithmetics in a single year. But unfortunately, when he was 14, his father forced him to leave the school and to help him full-time in agriculture. He was very disappointed because he have a passion, he have a lot of dreams, and his mother know about it. His mother was a housewife, so she don't have much money. Somehow she managed to gather some $5. Secretly, with the help of his mother, he ran away from his home. With his talent in arithmetic, soon he found a job as a chalk boy in Boston. See, at that time there was no computers or electronics, and his job was to write down the stock prices every 10 to 15 minutes as it changes in a chalkboard so that everyone can see. This may be a very boring job for some of us, but it's an ideal job for Jesse. The job exposed him to what he cherished the most, the numbers. While working at his job, he became more fascinated in the way how the prices moved. He could clearly remember all the numbers and prices, so at the end of the day, he will record everything in his notebook. And he started to observe there is some price patterns in these numbers. The price movement is not random. It was moving in a particular pattern. He started studying them. He made it as his hobby outside of his work. With his great memory and natural skills for arithmetic, he developed a system. He thought it would help him to anticipate the price movements. This led him into the bucket shops. These bucket shops were almost like betting shops where you could bet on a particular stock without actually owning them. You could do this with very little money by using the power of leveraging your money with a very thin margin. At the age of 15, he betted on a stock called Burlington with $5 and making a profit of $3. And this money was relatively higher when compared to his day job salary. With few responsibilities and nothing to lose, Jesse didn't find it as a great risk leaving his 9 to 5 job and to spend full times in the bucket shop. Soon he made $1,000 by trading in the bucket shops, which is roughly equivalent to 25 lakh rupees in today's money. As the bucket shops were losing, they slowly started to ban Jesse. At the age of 20, he made nearly $10,000, which is roughly equal to 2 crore rupees in today's money. But he lost most of his money because he didn't follow his trading system and he was taking emotionally impulsive decisions. At this time, he was banned in almost all the bucket shops in Boston. So he moved to New York to trade directly in New York Stock Exchange. Though initially he lost some money, he managed to earn $1 million in a single day during the 1907 panic. It made him very famous. At the end of the stock market crash, his worth was nearly $3 million. It made him the hero of Wall Street. This new wealth made him to live in luxury, enjoying luxury yachts, becoming part of the most exclusive elite expensive clubs, enjoying life as a rich bachelor. Jesse Livermore worked completely on his own. He never seek advice from anyone. It is one of his most important rules in trading. However, in 1908, he broke his own rule. He trusted a tip from a cotton trader. This cotton trader convinced Jesse that he has some insider information and to buy cotton. Trusting him, he invested his money buying cotton. On the other side, this traded with others. They were actually selling, leading the prices to move heavily against Jesse. Jesse lost almost 90% of his money he earned during the 1907 crash. His losses grew deeper and deeper, losing everything with a debt of $1 million. Finally, in 1915, Jesse declared bankruptcy. After deep reflections about his mistakes, he sought for help. Some of the brokers who trusted in Jesse's intelligence offered him with a credit of 500 shares. This was his last chance and he should make a perfect move. So he spent 6 weeks just observing markets before finally making his move. The result of this trade was success. Soon Jesse turned the tables. Within a couple of years, he managed to earn his fortune back again and paid all his debts. Every newspaper in 1917 published the story of Jesse Livermore, the man who rose from ashes like a phoenix. However, the trade that made Jesse Livermore a legend was yet to come. In 1929, Jesse started to observe some strange patterns in the market. It was something suspicious about the patterns that smart money was exiting the market. In October 29, 1929, world saw one of the greatest stock market crashes. It led to an economic situation what we know today as the Great Depression, the Black Tuesday. About $14 billion worth of stocks were lost, wiping out money of thousands of investors. Soon, news spread about the traders who lost everything in the market. Some of them suicided. Jesse's mother and wife was in great panic, but Jesse returned home with a smile on his face. He made $100 million by creating a short position. Though he made a fortune with his money, his personal life began to get worse due to his infidelity and his wife's drinking habit. This put a lot of pressure on relationship. Soon he filed a divorce. He started to lose his fortune rapidly, lost all his money, declared bankruptcy for the third time. The pressure and the emotional strain he had gone through over the years had worn him out, and it was too much for him. In 1940, he shot himself in his hotel in Manhattan. His death note that he had written for his wife clearly shows the kind of pressure and strain he was experiencing. Hearing the story of Jesse Livermore, I remember one of my schoolmates who is great in his IQ. We struggle to learn some tough concepts in physics or in mathematics, but learning is so natural and very easy for him. He learned tough concepts very easily and he will reproduce it. And his memory power, extraordinary. After 12th standard, I heard he joined some medical school and I don't have touch with him. Sadly, 2 years back, I heard from one of my friends that he became a drug addict and finally suicided. See, when hearing the story, you may also remember some of your schoolmates, classmates, relatives, friends, etc., who are extraordinary in their IQ, exceptional in their field, but screwed up their own life. Earlier, I wonder, how could someone with extraordinary intelligence do something so irrational and stunningly poor pilots of their personal lives? So it clearly shows IQ is not the only predictor of success. Academic intelligence has little to do with our happiness, satisfaction, or life success. Research shows IQ contributes only to 20% of the factors that govern success, leaving remaining 80% to other forces. The problem is, our school and educational system just focuses on academic intelligence, teaching us what is difficult rather than what is useful. They are just creating fear of life, that you have to study well, you have to get your job, you have to run the rat race. They are just creating employees for corporates. But they didn't teach us how to handle our frustrations, how to be resilient, the importance of relationships, managing our emotions, the science behind happiness, how to control our impulse and delay gratification, what is empathy, how to think in long term. I think our educational system should spend less time ranking children and spend more time helping to find their natural competencies, their gifts, and cultivating them. I think we should give more importance to EQ, emotional intelligence, rather than IQ. So what is emotional intelligence? We will see it in the next video.